Okay, so we need to add the datum lines, that's going to be indicating the top of the floor slab and the top of the metal deck. Okay. So I'm going to go to tools here. And I'm going to go to the browser. And then I'm going to go to documentation tool right here, documentation tool catalog. I'm going to go to miscellaneous. And here is the datum point that I want to insert into the drawing. Okay. And I'm just going to insert it here right now. Good. Oops. Okay. It's asking for my, there we go. That's fine. All right. It's asking for my rotation. Okay. And I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it at that size right there. Okay. I'm not going to change it. And then I'm going to go to the line tool. And I'm going to draw a line from the edge of the slab. Okay. Oh, and first of all, let me just do this. Let me put all of this on the S-ano note layer. So I made it my active layer. So I need to change this as well. Let's change this to from thems to the note. There we go. Okay. So now I can go back and add that line from the top of the slab here to here. And then I'm just going to move that datum point from there to the end of the line. Okay, good. All right, and then I'm going to change this line to the properties. I'm going to change it to phantom. There we go. And I think I want to change it. I want to change the LT scale too. So let's go back to properties and change that. Let's change that to 6. Let's change it to 0.6. 0.6 that is. Cool. All right. So I'm going to highlight this phantom line, and I just want to pull it back from the slab. And the slab, leave a little space, because it's kind of acting like an extension line, and extension lines never touch the object being identified. So I just pulled it back so it's not touching. All right, and then I'm going to go to annotate to make sure that my current text style is arch, and it is. And then I'm just going to take single line text, and I'm going to change my justification to bottom left, and just ask me for that point, and I'm going to just place it right here. Okay. Rotation is going to be 0, and finish floor, all caps. F/K, finish floor. Oops, sorry about that. I keep doing that. Justification, bottom. Okay. Good. And now I need to put in that elevation. Okay, I can just actually copy this text down if I want to. And then elevation is elevation plus I think that's 176 feet. Let's see what that is. Okay. Dash 8 inches. Okay. So I really don't want all of that to be that close to it, so I'm just going to stretch it. Good. And this is what I was talking about with the discrepancy between the sample drawing and our drawing. And this is the way that it's going to be drawn. Okay, from the from the top of the footing right? See, from the top of the footing to the top of the floor slab is 8 inches, okay? So the floor slab is 8 inches and the drainage field is 4 inches. So that puts the drainage field right on top of the footing as it and kind of like this term is interrupted by the grout and the column. Then it continues. So this is the way it should look: 4-inch slab, 4-inch drainage field resting on top of the footing. Okay, let's go back to the top here. So now all things being equal, I want the stud right here, this metal stud that's supporting this sheathing, okay? I want it to terminate at the top of the brick. So the dimension here is what we're getting, right? So let's see. So to the top of the top plate of the steel column is 10 feet 4 inches, and then we have a 6-inch channel. Okay, a 6-inch S beam, 1.5 of metal deck. Okay, which would bring us to the 1.5 of metal deck, and when the dimension from the top of the metal deck to the top of this steel stud. And I'm getting that in this dimension right here, which is weird. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I can I can just copy this. Okay. And now I'll just make my copy point. I'll just make it here. Okay, so now I want to go to the top of the middle deck. Good. So I see I may have to stretch this out a little bit more. Crossing window. I'm just gonna stretch it out to there for right now. Let me change this while I'm here. Oh, what should it say? Top of. Top of deck. Then I want to do a linear dimension from the brick ledge down here, bottom of the brick, starting with the mortar joint. And I want to dimension all the way up to the top of the brick. So I'm going to delete this dimension out here. I want to add it back from, I'm going to start it from here. I'm going to start it from here. Start it from here. That's right. All right, so I want to tell the Mason how many courses here. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to properties. And we'll scroll down here. Scroll back up here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to text override. So I'm gonna come here, text override. I'm gonna keep 14 feet. $16. X blanks, / capital X, capital X. Then I'm gonna write in 65 courses. Plus 1 joint. Okay, I see I need to put a space between 1 and joint, so let's. There we go. Okay, cool. And then it's a matter of just adding the notes. Nothing special about that. I'm just going to come over here and just add the grade note here, for example. Let's go back to home. I want to make it's going to be S note. And surely you can add the other notes. Okay, let's go to the leader line here. Okay, let's make sure that my leader style is arch. Yes, it is. Skip out this. Back to here. Okay. Okay, there's a problem with my leader. Let's check it out, see what's wrong with it. Okay, so it is annotated. Okay. Oh, that's why, geez. Gee willikers. I hadn't made it yet. Okay, cool. So I need to make it. So let's start with annotative. Okay, let's go to new. Okay. Let's call it arch. layer. Leave that the way it is again. Okay, so let's try that again. All right. And surely you can add the other notes in there.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
When I put this into a viewport,
Mhm.
the letters C, B, and A at the top, as well as the dimensions, aren't showing up in my viewport. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
I can help you with that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's go to paper space here. Um, you see this icon right here, right here.
Yeah.
Show annotation objects at current scale.
Yeah.
So select that.
Ah, yep, there it is.
Okay, so whenever that's the case where you have annotation that's showing in model space but not showing up in paper space, that's what you have to do.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Looks like they're coming in a different scale. I gotta check my scale.
Sir, you wanted the brick in that section layer too, right?
No, no. I want to leave the brick at the same color that it came in. I want the brick to be a thicker line. Okay.
All right, so leave the brick there. All right.
Yeah, just leave it the way it is, the way it came in from the detail manager.
And everything else.
Okay. What I want to do now, I want to create detail one from the building section. So detail one does not have any dimensions, but it has notes. So here's what I want to do first. I want to come up here. I have this note, this layer here, SNO note 0002. That's what I want to be my current layer. Okay. And then the scale of of detail one is 1.5 inches. So you know what I have to do here. I have to come here and change my annotation scale to 1.5 inches equals a foot. Okay. So now, of course, the annotation scale changes here, but I'm not worried about that because I'm gonna deal with that in paper space. So now I'm gonna come up here, okay? And I need to add some notes. Let's go to here. I need to identify this aluminum coping. And I know it looks small, but it's going to be good. Okay, that's the way it should look. Okay, let me zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, aluminum coping. All right. Then what else need to identify? I need to identify the air infiltration barrier. Okay, which is just going to point to this face of the sheathing. That was weird. Okay, let me pause for a second here. My arrowhead wasn't showing up here. So what I had to do, I went into my multi-leader style. I went to modify, and my arrowhead size was wrong. It should be 1/8 of an inch. So when I made it 1/8 of an inch, my arrowhead magically appeared.
Magically?
Magically.
Sir, if my gravel's not coming in that big on scale 3,
Okay, make it larger.
I make it larger.
Yeah, make it.
I mean, it's-
Okay, so then when you, okay, let me, okay, let me, oh, you're breaking up. I can't understand you.
visible-ish, but it doesn't look that great.
Okay, let me,
Yeah, I mean it's like visible, but it's like really tiny. You want me to try like a 5 or something?
well, okay,
Like in paper space, you can. In paper space,
me
you can
see.
like barely.
Okay, let me see where, let's see what I made it. Yeah, -3. Okay, you
So
said,
how's yours looking paper space?
oh, it's gonna look tight in paper space. Yeah,
Okay. Well, I guess I'll wait. I mean, I'll just wait to see what yours looks like.
yeah. Just leave it as 3 for right now, and
I'll
then,
just leave it. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave it at. I'll leave it at 3
okay.
because I guess it looks.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, we'll look at it.
It looks. Yeah, it looks smaller than yours in model space, but.
It looks smaller than mine in model space right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, and you show us 3 and not 0.3.
Oh, never mind.
It's 0.3, isn't it?
I got it.
Yep.
No, the line. My line type scale was at 3.
Ah,
There you go. All right.
there we go.
I don't know why my line type scale. Perfect.
Okay, so I'm still working on the annotation for the enlarged detail here. So I've added this note here, aluminum coping, and I want to add another note for the air infiltration barrier right here. See, I'm trying to get a relative. It won't give me a relative dimension here, but that's okay. I'll go back and I'll make a line up because what I like for the lettering to be all left justified, it just looks better. So it's not all staggered. There's a left justification, so that makes it look better. But I can go back and change that later. Air infiltration barrier. Oh, that's why. That's why. Okay. My O-snap was off for one reason. Okay, let's go to 1/2 inch thick gypsum board. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, let's right click, repeat. Okay, now I want to identify this gypsum board sheathing, right? Let's turn this off for a second. Right here. Turn it back on. Okay. See, now I can get, yeah. I had my O-snaps off. That was crazy. All right, so now I can come up here and get a reference and bring it down here. Let's try that again. There we go. That's what I was looking for right there. Good. So that's going to ensure that all my text is left justified. Okay, 1/2 inch thick. Gypsum. Wallboard. Sheathing. Good. So I'm just going to erase this one. I couldn't line it up. All right. So put it back, go right click. Multi-leader. Okay, aluminum. Good. So now all I got to do is come down here, but now that my O-snap's on. Good. I could have moved it, but I just erased it. So. Okay, so with my O snaps on, see, I can get all these notes to be left justified, and they're going to be beautiful. They're going to be beautiful. So you can continue on to add the notes, but that's how it's done. Okay, good. So now let's go to Paperspace. Let's go to Paperspace. First of all, what I want to do right here, because I've been taking off points, okay? So I'm going to tell you now. So if you don't do it, now I'm going to take off points, all right? This is no longer the 24 by 36 title blocks. You need to rename this layout tab. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to rename it. And I'm going to rename it to building section. So this is what you got to do, okay? If I can spell right, it would be wonderful. Seriously? Okay. Building section. So that's what it is, right? So now when I go to model space, let's see if I activate this viewport, see what's going to happen. Activate it. Zoom extents. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. However, I want to make the scale to be 1/2 inch equals a foot. And I can resize it. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. So now let me deactivate it. Let me size it so I can see everything. I'll actually need to bring this one down because it doesn't need to be that high. Okay. And I can bring this one up because I want to add my main title outside of it. Good. So deactivate it. Then I can just move it. That was crazy. I'm just going to move it up to here. Good. Okay. Good enough. Then I can select it, and then I can expand it a little bit more. Good. I may want to take it up a little bit higher because. Okay. Okay. Deactivate it. Good, so I can see everything. Okay. Let's deactivate. Okay, let's come over here. And get it fairly tight. All right. So that leaves me room down here. So I want to go to layout. And I want to, let's make sure though that my current layer is depth points. Okay, we'll make sure this is on depth points as well too. See what layer is it on. Nope, let's change it to depth points because it needs to be on an unplottable layer. There we go. Current layer is depth points. Now I can make a new, viewport. Rectangular. Okay, good. I think this is positioned pretty good. So let me go ahead and lock it. Lock it. Good. So if I have to move it, I can. Okay, so now I want to come down here and I want to activate this report here. Okay, I want to kind of zoom into where I want to go. Okay, I'm going to change my viewport scale now to 1.5 inches. Good. Good. Okay. Oops. Let me 1.5 inches. Good. And let me just lock it right now. Okay, good. So now I'm going to come up here. I want to activate with the viewport active. I want to come up here to freeze, and I want to freeze. Just call out. Yeah, freeze that out. Good. Because I don't need that anymore. Okay. Deactivate it. Good. This text is a little bit too far away. What's going on? Okay, good. So I'm going back to model space, and I'm just going to stretch it and bring it in some. Okay, so I want to stretch this, but I don't want to move this. So I'm going to go my layers up here. Go to my layers up here, and I'm going to lock this. I'm going to lock that layer so I can't. S and O note layer here. I'm going to lock that. Good. So when I go back over here and I stretch this, it shouldn't affect that. Good. So I'm just going to bring it a little closer like that. Okay. Now I can go back and unlock that layer. Go back to my building section. Okay, good. So now, yep, that allows me to I'm gonna let me select it, unlock it. Okay, activate it. And then I'm gonna pan over like this too. Yeah, now I can pan. Making sure I don't roll them. I don't roll that. Just holding that center mouse button down, not rolling it in, because if I roll it in and out, it's gonna change the scale. All right, so. Okay, cool. And then that allows me to come over here and put those other dimensions over there. Okay. All right. So let me go.
Sir, I had a quick question.
Yes.
A quick question.
Yes.
For some reason, I keep then it does this to me all the time. Like I'll put my annotations on one scale, and then somehow in the drawing it'll add another annotation or another scale to those annotations.
Oh, I don't even understand that. Could you show me?
Well, I just cleared it up now. I went back and
Okay, okay.
clicked on each notation, went to properties, went down to annotations, and deleted that scale, so it only has the one scale. So I don't know how it is like maybe it's when I open up a different, when I change the annotation scale and model space or something.
Oh, I know what's going on.
That and
Okay,
it adds
okay.
that scale to it, so then I can see that in the other space, and it's like, man, I got to delete it all again. It just calls for a whole lot of cleanup for some reason. I don't know what I'm
I
doing.
don't, that, that shouldn't happen. So I think I understand what you're asking me.
Hold on, Neil, are you talking about the letters? Like
Yeah, like I'll be in
the
like
top
say,
dimensions?
well, like the dimensions say I'll do it in the 1.5 inch equals 1 inch. So I'll have it in model space and in that
Right?
scale. I'll put the annotations in that. I'll go. It'll be fine in model space or whatever. I'll go to like, like I'll go to paper space, and I'll come back to like model space. I'll change it to 1/2 inch scale, and then then that annotation, those annotations will then get that. Then that'll give them a 1/2 inch scale annotation scale, so I'll be able to see those in model space like twice if I click on them, and they'll have that scale. In
Yeah.
But,
in
okay, here's,
paper space, it still looks fine, but in model space, I see all these annotations. I'm like,
no, that's good. No, no, okay. I think I understand what's happening. Okay. Um, for example, right now, my annotation scale right now is 1.5 inches, right? Because I'm working on this detail. Can you see my screen?
yep.
Okay, good. Now, however, because I changed the annotation scale here, the text that I added at 1/2 inch scale, that changes. That changes, but I don't worry about that
No,
because
but I'm saying it'll give the text that I put in at like a 1.5 inch. It'll give that annotation that scale. So when I click on it, it'll actually have a scale for that, and I'll be able to see it. I'll be able to see all the annotation in a certain scale. So I won't be able to, like,
You're
it'll
just
be
seeing
cluttered.
you're basically seeing all the scales that you have the annotation set for.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were setting annotations in paper space?
No, in the
No?
model space.
In model space? But
And
when you
but
click in paper space, you see all the different ones?
no, in paper space it looks great.
It looks great? Huh.
But in model
Weird.
space, in model space it'll show my. What'll happen is I'll go to like I'll go back to the 1/2 inch model space, or the model space, and since it gave the 1.5 inch annotations a 1/2 inch annotation, now when I'm in the 1/2 inch model space, I see those annotations that I don't want to see.
could you could you
I'm working on the 1.5 inch stuff.
could you just give me an example? Don't do everything, but just give me an example so I can see what's happening.
Well, I just cleared it all up now, so
I know, but okay.
but say like
I think he has the
well, say like right now, like it just happened right here, right? Like right now I'm in 1/2 inch model
Can
space.
you can you share the screen with us, please?
And, hold on, let me show you, because I think it
Yes.
just happened. I just cleared all this. I just cleared all this up, right? So
We can't see your screen.
I know, I'm sorry. So I just cleared all this up, right?
Well, not yet.
And
There we go.
so I just cleared all this up and changed and went through all these
When you
annotations and
when you say you just cleared all of it up, what are you talking about?
I went through and made sure that when I clicked on these, that the annotations they had only had that scale on them. Okay, so they don't. So maybe now
think it's because you have the auto
Okay,
scale
so those are just showing. Okay, so there's
annotations turned on.
so all right. So these are small. Okay, well, right now these are small, so they're showing on the size that they are. But these were
Right.
showing they were coming up as this size, the 1.5, the half-inch size, because they kept giving them a half-inch annotation, and they were showing up in the half-inch model space annotation scale because they had a half-inch annotation scale. Now they have just the half. Now they just have the 1.5-inch annotation scale, which I don't want to see either. But
No,
I don't know how you get rid of that either. But
no, no, you're not supposed to get rid of that. This is why we put them on different layers. We handle
but
the display of the annotations through the viewports in paperspace. Your drawing should look exactly like it's looking right now.
for your layers,
Pardon me?
right? And I can just turn the layer off on
Pardon me?
that. I understand, but I'm wondering why it keeps
But
coming up with the.
but you don't care in model space unless you're going to send unless
Mhm.
you send a person your model space drawing, which you never do. You never do. You always send,
No, but like when I'm working on like doing my annotations for like a half-inch stuff, and I need to put all this in, like say there's more of this, I don't need to have all this other stuff in at half-inch on a scale that it doesn't need to be. You know what I mean? Like
but does it really matter?
it's at some point it's going to. I'm just wondering why it keeps giving. I'm trying to wonder. I'm wondering how it keeps getting a difference. How it keeps getting a different scale that I didn't give it.
Well,
I just thought there was an easy fix. If there isn't, I don't. I can't explain it. I don't know what it's doing.
well, I know um, you you really don't want to when when you're working in half inch scale, you don't want to see the text that's inch and a half, right?
This I can just turn off by turning this layer off.
Absolutely. Just
That's
Yeah,
why I had you make the 002 and all those different
yeah,
layers so you can do that.
I got that, but when I'm working on it, I'm wondering why it keeps getting a different scale. So say I'm like going to do something else where it's a different. I'm working in a paper space where I'm different doing layouts, and I'm
hmm
working with different scales. Then when I go to deal with it, and it's got 3 different annotation scales, and I need to have to pick one or whatever. I don't want to have to deal with all that. I thought there was an easy fix, or maybe there's something I'm not doing right, where it's allowing it to like, maybe it's self-modifying to whatever layout I'm down here. These
Yeah, it's
annotations
because
are just,
Yeah,
you
that's
have
what
that
it's doing.
lightning bolt checked. You got to turn off the annotation scale with the lightning bolt next to it.
oh,
To your
where's this
left,
at?
to your left.
Right? It's on the status bar.
Yeah, it's right to your left, right
Oh,
where your
I
mouse
see
bar
it.
was. It has the little lightning. It's the annotation. It's like the little triangle for it to show
I
annotation, but it has
yeah,
the
yeah,
lightning bolt
my
next to it.
mouse.
Yeah, click that off because that
Okay.
automatically scales it.
Okay, well then that's all I needed to know.
Yeah. So now if you just
Fantastic.
make sure you're on the right layer before you lay or I mean not, if you're on the right layer and the right scale annotation
So
scale
that
before
won't,
you add them, you'll be fine. And then just freeze
all
and
right, so
thaw
that
different
won't allow
layers.
the, so that won't allow me when I open it up to a new, if I like change my layout scale right now, it's not going to change the annotation scale of the stuff I have already written down.
Right, only what you add next
The stuff that's
on
already
that.
there.
Yeah. Right,
Okay,
Mr.
good
Williams?
stuff.
I'm saying
All
that
right
right?
then.
Pardon me?
Was I saying that right?
I think so. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
All right, good stuff. I knew there had to be something because I'm like, oh, I'm not touching anything. Like it had to be something
Yeah, because
happening.
like if you go up to your layout right now, your layers, and you freeze like notes and dims, you'll
So if
see it
I just
really
freeze,
clear up. Like yeah, just click the freeze button for regular notes, not the 002, just regular notes. Well, yeah, see how they went away?
Well, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just,
But
but
that
scale
way
thing with the
it's
scale
just
thing's
easy.
bothering me.
Yeah. Right. But that's just the
But,
easy way to like
well, that's
remember what, by going in and freezing and thawing that stuff. For me, that's an easy way for me to keep track of like, you know, it almost like forces you to look at your annotation scale because you won't see, you're like, oh, okay, since I don't see my uh my, what is it, this scale is half inch to 1 foot, since I don't see those dimensions, I know that I got to be on,
Okay,
all
Neil,
right.
1 foot
Neil,
and a half.
Neil, do me a favor. Change your annotation scale to an inch and a half.
Now I want to see if now it didn't change that, so that's good. Now I'm I don't want to try and see if I take this off or turn this back on and then change it and then see if it adds it to all these, because I don't feel like going back through and turning it back off again. But I'm hoping that solves the problem and I'll be all right.
Okay,
But I should be okay. I think we're good. Thanks.
okay,
All right. Sorry about that.
no problem.
Oh, you don't need.
Okay, I am back in, I'm back in paper space, okay? So, of course, you're gonna add all the notes, I didn't, but this is a typical format, okay? That it should be, okay? So we've looked at how you develop this detail here from the section, building section, okay? And of course, all this annotation here should be on 0002. All the annotation here should be on just regular dims and regular notes, okay? All right. Again, in your layout here, make sure that you change this to building section, because if you don't do that, I'm going to take off points for it. Okay. Okay. So change this to building section.
If I have it as structural section plan, is that fine?
No, because it's not a plan. It's a section. Okay.
Okay.
So call it a building section.
I wasn't when you did that phantom line for the elevation. When you put the the text in, did you use
I just use single line text.
oh, just two single line tests above and below that?
Yes.
All right.
Actually, I made one and then I copied it down to below. That's what I did.
Oh, okay.
Yep. This is just single line text there.
All right.
And I just made this one with a bottom left justification, and then I just copied this one down to there. So, yep. You see, Neil, my justification is, pardon me, my, not justification, my annotation scale is a half of an inch. But you see how it changed when I changed it to half of an inch? It changed this text, but I don't care about that. I don't care.
All right, so it gave it a whole new scale.
It's yes. But now when I come down here and I change it to inch and a half, which is the scale of my viewport. Okay. Now it goes back to the right size, and this is the size it's going to look like, because what AutoCAD is doing for you annotatively is keeping all the text 1/8 of an inch high, regardless of what viewport scale you use in Paperspace.
Right.
So
All right, I was just wondering because I'd like for further down the road in case that came into play where I didn't want, say I'm working with 3 different scales, or we did like the last drawings, and then I got all this stuff all over the place and I got stuff piled on top of it,
then I would,
and I don't.
then I would do what my friend said. I would just freeze the layers out, freeze them out.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, that's all good.
That's what I would
Thank-
do.
well,
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, sure.
I was struggling with that the other day too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then yeah, you just gotta freeze them, thaw them, and so they look right in the viewports, and you're good. It's just so you don't have to redraw stuff, really.
Oh no, you shouldn't be doing that. Absolutely
Oh
not.
no, I wasn't doing that. I just kept canceling scales out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Never mind. I misheard you.
Retype it. I'm the slowest typer in the world. I hate annotating.
Yeah, the annotating is definitely like the worst part.
Well, guys, this is a little bit of annotation. Come on,
Right. No, yeah.
it's not a whole lot.
Like
It
For
really
me,
is a whole lot.
I would
bad.
hate doing like
I
refinement.
literally
stuff.
went out and bought a microphone for English class because that's how terrible I am at it.
Oh, I understand. Okay, let's see. Basically, of course, I haven't done everything that you guys are doing, just enough to give you an example. Of course, we do we need more help in providing these main titles? We should know how to do it by now, right?
Yep, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Okay. Also, make sure when you explode this title block and you revise it, that you add all the information, because if you leave anything out here, I'm going to take out points. If you leave the scale out, if you don't change, if the drawing sheet is not right, if you don't fill out project number, issue date, drawn by, I'm going to take out points for that. Okay. And of course, all this information here should be changed as well relative to the sample drawing. So make sure you do all of that. And of course, the dumb stuff, right? Making sure that the viewport is on a non-plottable layer. In our case, it's depth points. Depth points is AutoCAD's default non-plottable layer. Okay, and once the viewport is positioned correctly, make sure that it's locked. And of course, please make sure that the viewport scale is correct. Oh, okay. Okay, now I see something here, okay, that I need to fix, okay, good. I see that this text is showing up here. I don't want it to show up here. All right, so what do I have to do? I have to activate this viewport. Then I have to go activate the viewport, and I got to go freeze. And it's asking me to select the items that I want to freeze. So I'm going to choose this text right here, and now it's gone. See, and that's the way you deal with it in paper space. I just need to deactivate it. If it will let me deactivate it, there we go. There we go. Good. So that looks good. That's the way it should look. All right. That I want all the hatching should be on S pattern, and you're going to change the color to 8.
I already did that one.
All right. Not the lines of any of this.
Cool.
Not the lines, just the hatching. And if you just
Gotcha.
do a property search on the hatching, it should give you what layer that's on. And all you got to do is change the layer.
Yeah, it worked. Cool.
Okay. All right. Now, what's your line type scale? You're okay. Let's go to paper or space. Okay, so your line type scale looks pretty good in paper space, right? Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
What do you think? Good?
Yeah. Okay. I want us all. Let's go back to the parapet. Let's go back to the parapet. Okay. I want us all to be on the same page. Okay. So, I'm just wondering, is that going to be enough? Okay. That's fine. No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm just wondering with the, well, here's my thought.
What, like this?
Being so high above the, the stud here. See, I'm wondering, will they have enough room to actually fasten it there?
Does it get fastened like a bolt
Yes,
goes like
yes.
through here?
There's
Yeah.
a clip that kind of goes, yeah,
Oh, up and over maybe?
yeah, yeah. And then there's the outer coping. Okay, so I'm just concerned about that. So whether they come over here and put some blocking there, sometimes they do that. They put blocking above that, so that this face of the coping has something to fasten to. Okay.
I could always make it like 11 inches and bump it up.
Yeah, I know. I know mine has a weird dimension. What if you took it up? Do you have 2 inches of play in there, or just an inch?
Let's see. I have
An inch and 9/16.
1 foot and 9/16, yeah.
Okay, so
Or one, yeah, 1 foot, 1 inch.
I got you. Okay. So let's just assume that they're going to put some blocking. Okay, so now, okay, let me.
It's a half, 1.5. Goes to about there. Pretty close. It's about as close as I am here.
Yeah, yeah. So that would give us a mention of 1 foot 11 and a half, right? Yep.
Yeah, 11 and a half is
Yep.
little.
Yep. So why don't you go ahead and do that?
There's 1 1/4. That looks
That makes,
better.
yeah, that makes for a better dimension too. Okay.
1 1/4.
Hmm.
Here's 1 1/4. 1 1/2 is kind of tight.
Okay.
1 1/2 is right.
Should be 1 1/2 again. No, that's good.
Here's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So why don't you just stretch all of that up? No. You use your stretch command and do a crossing selection.
Yeah, hold on. I need to go. Wait. Oh, here, I'll just do this from at what do we x0 y 1.5. Wait, what? That's tight, but yeah, there it is.
Now, all you got to do then is just move your coping up. Your coping moves up slightly. That's all. There we go. That's it.
Cool.
Okay, so now that's a better dimension. 1 foot 11 and a half inches. Good. So we are going to have that. I'm going to change it. I'm going to make sure everybody has the same dimension. All right.
Cool.
What are we doing? 1 foot and 11 and a half inches?
Yes. From now. So now from the top of the metal deck to the top of the insulation and the stud, it's going to be 1 foot 11 and a half inches.
So we're gonna, but the brick veneer is gonna stay where it is.
Absolutely. Yes.
So we're just gonna bring that down.
Cool.
Yep, that looks better. I like that. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
At some point, we are going to print this out toward the end of the semester. We're gonna change our plot style because I do want you to print these out so you can actually see what the line weight looks like using the DTCC plot style. So we're gonna have to go to the college to do that, but I will set that up. All right.
Cool. Anything else you want to check on this?
I think it looks good. Let's look at your title block. Cool. All right. And you checked it against the rubric, right?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. You should be good to go.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is the quiz up for this?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm debating whether to have a quiz for it, but I will send you an announcement / email. Okay.
No problem.
Okay. So now, you have like an hour to go. Let me show you. Let me tell you what you can do to get a jump start. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, this next drawing looks pretty cool. I was looking into it.
Yeah, it's now we hold on. Let me before I talk, because people are gonna get upset if I don't. Yeah, okay. Let me stop recording for a